They laughed as they took his colorful robe. The brother they hated cried for mercy from the bottom of a deep pit. Moments later, they sold him for 20 pieces of silver, believing they had erased him from their lives forever. But what they called the end was only the beginning of God's extraordinary plan. Long ago, in the land of Canaan, there lived a man named Joseph, the beloved son of Jacob. Joseph was not like his brothers. He was kind, faithful, hardworking, and deeply devoted to God. Because Joseph was born to Jacob in his old age, his father loved him dearly and gave him a beautiful robe of many colors, a gift unlike anything his brothers had received. Instead of celebrating with Joseph, his brothers became consumed with jealousy. Every time they saw the colorful robe, their anger grew stronger. They believed their father loved Joseph more than the rest of them. Then Joseph began having remarkable dreams. One night, he dreamed that he and his brothers were tying bundles of grain in a field. Suddenly, Joseph's bundle stood upright while the bundles belonging to his brothers gathered around and bowed before it. The next morning, Joseph shared the dream with his family. His brothers were furious. "Do you really think you will rule over us?" they asked with burning anger. Soon after, Joseph had another dream. This time, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed before him. When he told his family, even his father became concerned, although Jacob quietly wondered whether God was revealing something important. From that day on, Joseph's brothers hated him even more. One day Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending sheep far from home. Joseph happily obeyed his father and began the long journey across the countryside. In the distance, his brothers saw the colorful robe approaching. Before Joseph even reached them, they whispered together, "Here comes the dreamer. Let's kill him. We'll throw him into a pit and say a wild animal devoured him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams." Reuben, the oldest brother, secretly wanted to save Joseph. "Don't kill him," Reuben said. "Throw him into this empty pit instead." His plan was to return later and rescue Joseph. When Joseph finally arrived, he greeted his brothers with a smile. Instead of welcoming him, they grabbed him violently. Joseph struggled and begged them to stop. They ripped the colorful robe from his body. They dragged him across the ground. Then they threw him into a deep, empty pit. Joseph cried out again and again, "Please don't leave me here." But his brothers ignored his desperate pleas. As Joseph remained trapped in darkness, his brothers calmly sat nearby and ate a meal as if nothing had happened. Soon, a caravan of traders traveling toward Egypt appeared. Judah had an idea. "What profit is there if we kill our brother? Let's sell him instead." The others agreed. They pulled Joseph out of the pit and sold him for 20 pieces of silver. Joseph was tied up and led away by strangers toward Egypt while his brothers watched him disappear into the distance. The colorful robe was dipped in the blood of a goat. When they returned home, they showed it to Jacob. Jacob immediately recognized the robe. He believed a wild animal had killed Joseph. His heart shattered with grief. For many days he mourned the son he thought he would never see again. Meanwhile, Joseph arrived in Egypt, frightened and alone. He was sold once again, this time to Potiphar, an important officer serving Pharaoh.